Okay, we are here. We've made it. We've made it. Welcome to the Elliot Lake Football YouTube channel. I am so excited to be here. I'm joined by my brother Tommy Lake. Tommy, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, it's good, mate. Pleasure to be here. I'm looking
Good.
forward to it.
Looking forward to it, pal. Fully. Right. So today we're going to be talking about Fantasy Premier League. As you all well know, I'm at the minute I'm the top of the Hideout Memorial Shield. It's going pretty well. Tommy, how are you doing in that league, mate?
Yeah, I started off well, but I've dropped off a bit, unfortunately. I'm now fourth, chasing the pack. But we're still going strong,
Yeah. No, you're having an all right season, to be fair. I think you're I think you're about 143,000. That's not too bad. It's probably the best you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, best I've done ever, to be honest. But yeah. I was top 50k one time, but I've dropped off.
Top 25k, weren't you?
Well, was I don't know.
Yeah, I've been keeping track of it, mate. Yeah, of course. But no, so we'll talk a little bit today about our two teams, how we've done in the previous game week. We'll talk a bit about what our selection thoughts are for this upcoming game week. Obviously, it's double game weeks. The likes of Mo Salah could be in the goals this weekend. I think there's a lot of people talking about him. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll tell you what, Tommy. Let's start with your team, mate. Let's start with your team here. I'll go through it. This is for your this was for you last weekend. You didn't have a too bad a week. I think you got 73 points. Took a -4 though. You'd had a couple of transfers, didn't you? Obviously Fernandez was one of your star performers. He obviously got that last minute goal. That was crucial for me as well. I had Fernandez captain, but were you watching the game?
I wasn't actually. I wasn't watching the game, but I was out with some friends.
Someone else.
I was out with some friends. It popped up on my phone, and I started celebrating. They weren't sure why I was celebrating, but they're not big FPL.
He had a pretty good chance earlier on in the game, didn't he? I don't know if you watched the highlights at all, but I think Ronaldo squared it to him.
I'm very glad that he didn't pass. He could have passed to Ronaldo, just squared it to him for a tap in, but I'm very glad he didn't took the shot on.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah, that was a good transfer by me. I was thinking about bringing Sancho in instead of Fernandez, but so I was a bit annoyed when Sancho scored in the first game and Fernandez didn't, but he made up for it against Brighton. So
yeah, Sancho's looking pretty dangerous on the break at the minute, isn't he? He's starting to find his feet at United.
Yeah, definitely.
He's I mean, as their forward line goes, I think Rashford's not having a good year, is he? But Sancho's really stepped up to the plate last few weeks, and they need someone to, because all the pundits are saying that there's a couple of players in the dressing room who aren't cutting the mustard, but Sancho he's doing all right now.
Sticky starts to the season, but like you said, he's found his feet or finding his feet, and he's playing well now.
Yeah, definitely.
So he could be a potential option to bring into your team, but
definitely. And Mickey Antonio, haven't thought about getting him out yet. You've had him about 3 months over.
I've got to be honest. I've had him too long. I took him out and I brought him back in, thinking, he's got to score soon, but he hasn't done anything for me.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping the faith. I'm keeping the faith this week, I think. But next week it might be time to say goodbye.
Yeah. Well, it's long overdue. Livramento as well. He's still hanging about. He's just come back from injury. Are you hoping he might be able to pick up a few clean sheets?
Yeah, he's just a bench warmer for me. He comes off the bench. He does all right. I think it was a good signing from me. Got him on the cheap. Had a couple of price rises, so I thought I'll keep him in. Waiting for Reece James to come back though.
Yeah, so see him lurking on the third place of your bench there. You just you're holding on. Will he be back soon? I haven't really read too much about him.
I think he's back soon. Yeah, couple more weeks. Got a hamstring injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he'll be back soon, and he'll definitely go straight back.
Good to see Reece James in. Good to see Reece James back in. Hopefully he's there. Right, let's have a look at my team. I did all right. I think I got the same amount of points as you in the end. Just obviously you took the -4, so which took us to the same level. I was a bit disappointed with Ollie Watkins. That header at the back post. I thought that was really the inches that offside wasn't it? And that would have been a brilliant week had he scored. But yeah, and I just think the problem with FPL at the minute is none of the strikers are scoring at all, are they? Like every week it seems like there's just everyone's playing 3 strikers. There's 6 pointers all over the shop.
Yeah, all the points are coming from midfield, aren't they? And defence, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people. I see the guy who's actually top of FPL overall has only got 1 striker. He's actually playing 4-5-1 at the minute. So
Is he? Right.
maybe that's the way to go. Obviously, it's a bit too late for us. But I think, I don't know. I still think Kane has turned the corner slightly in this season. So I'm thinking maybe holding on to him a bit longer. But yeah, disappointing all round.
Yeah, but Tottenham have had some.
At least there's no strikers who are proven to be an amazing option, are there? So, yeah, we'll wait and see. Let's move on to your team this week, Tommy. So you haven't made any transfers yet. I think there's one big player who's in both our teams, or who isn't in either of our teams at the minute. The viewers probably noticed who that player was, but I think we're both thinking about getting him in. Talk to us about who that is and why.
So yeah, I haven't made any transfers yet, but obviously bringing in Salah this week is a must do, especially because he's playing Norwich and is it Brentford he's playing? No, Leeds. Sorry, Leeds.
Norwich and both at home as well.
Both at home, both at Anfield. So yeah, it's a must to bring him in, and I think it's time to triple captain.
Yeah.
Against 2 poor teams at the minute, so down the bottom of the table. So I think it's an easy decision to make, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Norwich have been looking pretty solid at the back lately. I know they did concede 4 against Man City. I reckon Norwich has turned a corner. I don't think it's going to be as easy. Brandon Williams in that left back position. He's a proper warrior, isn't he? He's not
he's a good player. He's a good player.
He is one of my favourite players this year, I've got to say. I don't know if you know I'm not a fan, but
no, I think but Liverpool are a different animal at Anfield, and I think Norwich, I don't think they'll be able to cope.
Yeah, he can just smell goals, can't he, Salah? I mean, I don't know. His goal last night, he found a little bit of space. Did you watch the Liverpool game? Sorry, I did. This video on Friday, but on Wednesday night, Liverpool beat Inter Milan. Salah played 90 minutes in that game, and obviously he has played those 4 120 minutes in the AFCON. So I don't know. Do you think minutes are going to catch up with Salah at any point, or?
I don't think so. He's in peak physical condition. I think he'll be fine. There is some talk that because Mane got subbed off, and I think Jota came off injured, didn't he? But Salah stayed on for the 90 minutes. So there is a bit of talk that he might be rested for Norwich, but I can't see that happening. I think he's too vital to the team, and he wants as many goals and as many records as he can get. So
yeah,
I think he'll be starting. There's no problem about that.
But you're not too sure about Jota. Jota's in your team at the minute. He's got a yellow flag in FPL at the minute.
Yeah, so he went off injured in the midweek Champions League. I'm waiting for the press conference from Jurgen Klopp to come out to see how he is. If he's still injured, then I'm looking to take him out for a -4. But hopefully, fingers crossed, he's all right, and we'll play against Norwich and Leeds. But yeah.
Obviously, it's a big double game week this year. Oh, this year. This week. Obviously, Liverpool got a few fixtures, but in a longer term game week 27, I don't know who you would consider maybe bringing in for Jota, but you were thinking about maybe Bukayo Saka, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was thinking about Bukayo Saka. He's the highest chance creator at Arsenal at the minute for this season. I think he's on 24 chances created, 22 shots in the area.
So you've done a bit of research, have you?
Yeah,
I've done research. I had a good lunch break today.
So yeah, I'm thinking about bringing him. But like you said, he has a double game week this week, but he doesn't have a game week on game week 27.
Yeah.
So that'll be a blank. So yeah, I'm still in 2 minds what to do in that situation. But like I said, I'm keeping faith.
You've used one of your free hits already, haven't you? So you've only got one of those for the rest of the season. Obviously, I've still got 2 in the bank, so I can still use those. I can use 27 and 30, but that's why I'm a little bit unsure about. I think Saka's a great option this week. Don't get me wrong, but 27, I think I want to save my second free hit for later on in the season. So I'm a bit unsure about Salah, but obviously I think he's a great option for this game week. I'll hopefully have some stats up on the screen for anyone watching the video. Maybe Mum.
Biggest fan.
Stats. They're on the screen right now. Okay, let's have a quick look at my team. So, obviously got Foster, Trent, Jota, Salah, King, and Kane with a double game week, and I want to try and get someone else in there somewhere. I'm thinking about maybe one of the Burnley options. Obviously, Weghorst was injured last week. What did you say Sean Dyche said about him? He's probably going to be fit.
Yeah, he said he's a professional, so he should be fit. But it's about 75% at the minute, I think.
Okay, fair play. And the other option is Cornet as well. Although he had a flying start to his Burnley career, but it's taken his foot off the gas a little bit. I don't know whether I haven't seen too much of Cornet. You have to excuse me for not watching Burnley games, but I think Cornet's done all right. But I think the people, or maybe I'm looking at them as well, is they've got 2 double game weeks, 26 and 27. So they've basically got 4 fixtures for the price of 2, which is, although it is Burnley, you've got to understand it's Burnley. So, they could draw both games 0-0, couldn't they? So you never really know with Burnley. Another one I'm looking at maybe taking out is Foden. He's got Spurs at home. I know he's played, I think he started the last 2 Premier League games. Let's have a little look, actually. Foden here on the info. History. So he started the last 4, but he's only scored against Norwich, and that was a tap-in. He's playing that false 9 position. What do you think about Foden in that sort of role?
I think he's a fantastic player, and I think he does play the role really well. Like midweek in Champions League, he scored another goal, also another tap-in, but you got to be in the positions to score the goals, haven't you? So
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to take him out this week, but I have thought about it in future weeks. But he's staying in, especially against Spurs, who haven't had a very good. Have lost 2 games, or was it 3 games now in a row? So they're in poor form. I think Man City would just be too good for him, and hopefully Foden plays 90.
Yeah, and 27. They've got Everton away, so we talked about Saka a minute earlier. He's obviously got two games this weekend, but then he has got one in 27. So actually, Foden has still got those 2 games. They're just spread over different game weeks. And Everton away is a good fixture in 27. I know Lampard's had a bit of a up and down start to his career as Everton manager, hasn't he? But City they could tear anyone apart on their day. It's just whether he starts. So he's maybe one I'm looking to take out as well. Again, I'm waiting to see about Jota, and I think even long term, Jota is maybe one we can start to look at taking out of. I'll take out my team sooner or later, because Luis Diaz has come in. He's looked really, really good. He looked great when he came on for Liverpool against Inter Milan last night or Wednesday night. So Jota is another one long term that maybe we could look at shipping. And then maybe, I don't know, even Son could maybe come back into the equation. But so our teams are pretty similar. Sorry, go on.
What are your thoughts on King? Because we both have him, and Watford are quite a poor team at the minute.
Yeah,
I'm wanting to take him out, but it's a double game week for him this week. I just want to know your thoughts about him.
I think if I was wildcarding, he'd definitely be out. But at the minute, I think there's more potential to chase points elsewhere on the pitch. He's got that double game week, Villa and Palace. He could easily get a goal. I know Watford haven't been great going forward, and they're probably one of the favourites to go down, along with Newcastle, Burnley, Brentford, Leeds. He's one that I would definitely look at shipping, but I think at the minute there's some more important things. I've showed you my team now here, sorry. So I have already put Salah in because he rose in price 2 or 3 days ago, which is a little bit risky because he did play in the Champions League on Wednesday, so he could, easily pick up a knock in that game. But I was so sure that he was going to start those 2 games, especially given that Liverpool, if they win their game in hand and they play City in a few weeks, they win that, they're only 3 points behind Man City. So the title race is not over if they win that game against Man City. So I think, Salah, Klopp, all the Liverpool players would be really, keen to definitely win those game in hands and catch up a little bit of goal difference on City. I think they're 4 or 5 behind. So if they can recoup those goals against Norwich and Leeds, then I think it really is back on. Chelsea are out of it, in my opinion. But yeah, I will triple captain this week as well. But there's a little bit of me that wants to go for Trent. Don't know why. I just got a feeling that he might do something against one of those teams, because Trent, if he scores or assists, he gets the bonus point, he gets a clean sheet. All of a sudden, you're looking at 13, 14 points for one of those games. So, Salah's got to score 2 to match that. So Trent is another option. Trent for triple captain for you? What do you reckon?
I mean, it's not a bad shout, because you would expect them to get 2 clean sheets. And he's on corners, he's on free kicks, so he could easily get an assist or a goal. It's not a bad shout at all, but I think with Salah's goal threat, I think you just got to back him. You've got to back Salah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I tell you what, I'll tweet both of our transfers that we made on Twitter before the deadline to my 10 followers, so they can find out what our transfers are before the time. I tell you what, just before we're going to have a little ongoing little competition between ourselves, which we'll discuss in a minute. But just before we finish, let's talk about our wildcard pick for this game week and going forward. He's a new signing to the Premier League. We've seen him in the Premier League before, but you want to talk a bit about Coutinho. He's obviously done well for Villa the last few weeks. Villa lost against Newcastle the other day, which is annoying for Norwich, because obviously Newcastle are starting to turn it around. But Coutinho is a class player, and you think maybe he could be a good FPL option. Yeah,
most definitely. I think he's come back to the Premier League under Steven Gerrard, and I think he's performed it very well. I think in the next few game weeks, I'm not too sure who Aston Villa have, but they're a quality side under Gerrard, and I think he'll score and assist plenty, and I think it'd be a very good option for FPL. Yeah,
I'll tell you, Villa have got Watford 26, Brighton away, Southampton at home, West Ham away. So the next 4, the next 3 especially, they are winnable for Villa. Brighton away is a difficult game, West Ham away is a difficult game, but Watford and Southampton at home aren't too bad. They obviously haven't got a double game week, but they do play in 27, and they play in 30 as well, which is key. If you want to save your free hit, you want to play free hit in 27. They play in 30, which will mean that he's a player you won't have to worry about, blanking in that game week. So yeah, Coutinho's a good one. Let's have a little look at his stats here. So in the game where Villa drew against Leeds 3-3, he had a goal involvement or expected goal involvement of 0.89, which is pretty good for a midfielder, especially one who's who's in his side for the first time. Obviously, Villa did not play very well against Newcastle, but I could easily see him picking up a goal or assist against Watford at the weekend. Watford are weak defensively, aren't they? So, although Roy Hodgson has shored them up. Coutinho is our wildcard pick for this week. So, right, Tommy, it's competition time between you and me. I'll have a little chalkboard up on the side of the screen for the video. But what we're going to do sort of last man standing style player FPL punt for the week. So we're doing it for the last 12 game weeks of the season, and we're going to pick a player who we think is going to score the highest in that particular game week. But once we've chosen that player, we then can't choose him again for the rest of the season. So say, for example, I choose Jared Bowen this weekend. I think he's going to score more points, and you choose Trent. Then whoever scores the most points out of those 2 players will either get the point for me or the point for you, but then that player is out for the rest of the season. We can't choose him. So I hope that made sense to the viewers of what we're going to do. But Tommy, you're welcome to go first. You take the first pick. And another rule we agreed is they can't be from the same team. So you can't choose Weghorst If you choose red horse, I can't choose Cornet. Okay. Cool. Go on then, Tommy. Fire away. Who's your pick this week?
Yeah. So it might be a bit of a cop out, but I think my pick is going to be Mo Salah for the first week.
I can't believe he's done it. I can't believe it.
Get the first point on the board. Get the first point on the board. Get 1-0 up. I think I'm going to go for Mo Salah.
Yeah, I choose Mo Salah. Fair enough. I mean, I completely understand what you're doing there, but it's a bit boring in my opinion. We want to get some people coming back to the video, but we haven't really put the boat out, have you? Right, okay, you go and Sal's. I can't choose a Liverpool player. I'm going to choose a player with a double game week, and I reckon. Right, who have we got? Let's have a look at. I should have chosen before, but I think doing this fair at the moment. I tell you who I'm going to choose. I reckon he's got a hat-trick in him in his second game. Harry Kane. I reckon he'll get a hat-trick against Burnley. I reckon he'll outscore Salah. I reckon I'm going to take the first point in this series. He's got Man City in the first game, but as long as he gets away with that without getting sent off, then I reckon it's a shoe-in for a hat-trick against Burnley.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well,
Cool.
I think Mo Salah might take it, to be honest.
Yeah, wicked. All right, Tommy. Well, thanks very much for joining me. Looking forward to making this a regular thing on a Thursday night, ready for upload on YouTube on Friday. Hopefully, there's been no technical issues, and we've got through to the end. If you're still watching, and you made it to the end of the video, yeah. No, thanks very much. It's probably like four or five of you. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. That would be great. Thanks very much. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Come on.